Hello everyone, today I will be teaching you how to make a really quick white radish kimchi. It's really easy to make, not as complicated as people think. And the greatest thing about this dish is it's very home style and you don't have to cut anything up perfect. I'm starting off here with, I've used 2 of the same size white radishes. Just so I can cut this up evenly, I'm just going to cut this in half. It makes dicing this a lot easier. You want this to be very nice and thick, sort of like this when you're doing it. They're in cube shapes. This dish, the reason why it's really weird. I'm not a big fan of this dish. However, I always force myself to eat it only because it's so healthy for you, especially if you want to lose weight. This is just one of those dishes, you're trying to lose some weight, this is going to do it. Maybe that's why I was so skinny in high school. I ate Korean food straight through high school. Almost every day. Korean, Vietnamese, mostly Korean, Vietnamese, and Chinese. I didn't start eating Thai food until I left for Asia and lived in Asia, lived in China/Taiwan for 22 years. Okay, this is roughly about, almost 3 cups. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some coarse salt. So use a generous amount, because what you want to do is I have to sweat this and sweat all the liquid out, and also keep in mind this is going to help with the fermenting process. You're going to let this just set in this for 2 hours and then sweat all the liquid out. Fermenting is an art within itself. Okay, I'm going to put this aside for 2 hours. Okay, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of ginger. Okay, in my food processor, I'm going to put in half an onion in there. I'm going to add my ginger in there. 2 cloves of garlic. And some of the big chunks, just move it over. And that's it. This is perfect. It's sort of almost like a paste. Amplify the taste and just make it taste divine. And then give it that really, really just incredible taste. That's better than a lot of restaurants. Okay, it has been 1 hour. As you can see, there's so much liquid in here. Some people let it set for 2 hours. 1 hour is enough. I mean, look how much liquid has come out of this vegetable. All of this came out of this. And once you have sweated all of it, everything out, you know your vegetable is much harder than it was before. Because keep in mind, we're going to ferment this. So what I want to do is I'm going to rinse this with cold water to get all of this excess salt off of here. And I'm rinsing this under cold water and I'm going to strain it again. Okay, I'm just squeezing every little drop of water I can out before putting it in a bowl and starting the process. Okay, this is good. What I have bought is I had bought store-bought kimchi, which is a spicy kimchi base, spicy chili sauce. And what this stuff, it has everything that you want inside of it. So what I'm gonna add to this, I'm using a Korean coarse chili pepper powder. If I was making this for my friends in Korea, I would add 5 tablespoons of this. But because I'm making this for me, I love that I can control the amount of heat that's in here. I'm only gonna add 1 tablespoon. And definitely get yourself a coarse red pepper powder that's Korean. It really, the smell, when you smell it, smells so good. Let's give this a nice mix. Remember all of those goodies that we made earlier, the onions? This sort of gives it a little sweetness to it that's really incredible, which I love. That ginger, garlic, onions all mixed in here. Okay, what I want to add is, I want to add a tablespoon of brown sugar. Let's get this tossed in before I add the kimchi sauce. Now for the kimchi sauce, I am adding 2 tablespoons. Oh, you can smell everything in it. When you smell it, you can smell the anchovies, the fish sauce. Also, they use 1 sweet apple. I'm adding like 3 tablespoons of water. Once I'm done with this, what I'm gonna do is I am actually gonna let this set out. It has to set out so that it can ferment for 1 day. And I'm gonna add 3 scallions that I've just chopped. I just cut at an angle, nothing fancy, just very simple. We're gonna give all of this a toss. I know I should add some pepper flakes up in here, but I just feel it's gonna be too hot. But I know I should just for traditional sakes. Let's do this. I'm just adding 1 teaspoon, that's it. And I'm going to pack this in a container. And we're gonna let this keep it at room temperature for 1 or 2 days so that it can ferment. And then after 1 to 2 days, give it a taste and see how it tastes. And in case it needs to stay a little bit longer, then you refrigerate it. And this you can eat off of for a couple of weeks to a month. It's gonna last a very long time because it's fermented. While I am doing that, please click on the subscribe button below. Go ahead. And next to the subscribe button, please click on the alert bell and then click all. That way you stay up to date with all my latest tutorials as I post them. And go ahead and give it a thumbs up and leave a comment if you have time. Here is the final product. I just tried it. It is delicious. Oh my God, perfectly balanced in taste and flavor. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Until then, bye everybody.